discrepancies and or similarities between the group members. Analysis. If so, discuss them as a group to reach an agreement for each student based on the information from the chapter. Do this for all 5 students. Keep in mind with spelling stages, it can be subjective. There is not one definitive, exactly right answer, but you should be close.
Okay.
So I'm looking at the our group 1 reading response thing, and it looks like each of us have the same, like we put for each student, we have pretty much the same things.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I know. Because when I was filling it out, I just was looking at the reading, obviously, and then also underneath it.
Yeah. So, what does it say? Like, type the feature guide scoring. Is that farther down?
So yeah, in the space below, type the feature guide scoring, developmental stage, and the place to start instruction, and then discuss the prompts below.
So is that like the, where is it?
I'm trying to
Because what's the feature guide scoring?
is it this was what we had to do, right? We had to do this,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, so that means
the featured points, maybe?
the feature points. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay. So like where is it on here? Like under
5 out of
number
62.
3.
What was that?
Like under question number 3 in the reading response?
No, I don't think we had to put that in the reading response because that was the words spelled correctly. So I think the feature guide scoring is like the feature points, like on the table that we did.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Yeah,
so for Greg, it would be 5 out of 62. I believe that's the feature guide scoring.
Okay.
And then Jean, I got 15 out of 62.
Mm-hmm.
Reba, I got 28. Alan, 40 out of 62. And then Mitch is 56 out of 62.
Okay.
And then the developmental stage and stuff is the stuff that I believe that's question number 2 on the reading response. I'm pretty sure we all had pretty similar.
Yeah.
I think so too. I feel like we didn't have any really similar differences.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Hey, sorry about that. My computer was having a very rough time. Oh. What did we talk about so far?
We talked about what we did during the week or the weekend, and then Super Bowl, and now we're on part 2. But
Cool.
You did anything over the weekend too?
I didn't really do much except for the case study stuff, so that was my weekend. Very fun. Right.
So now we're talking about part 2 and
2.
Just what the featured guide scoring is and the developmental stage, and then the instruction to start.
Okay. Did you guys already talk about it a little bit?
Sort of. We kind of all had the same answers, I think, like looking at our reading response, unless you have something different.
Yeah, we all pretty much had the same when I looked at it yesterday. I just like with the where to start instruction or whatever it was a little confusing. Like I thought, just especially with Mitch, like I wrote something completely different than what was in the book, so I was like very confused. Like what did the book say? Syllable juncture and unaccented final syllables. But I thought he should have started with harder suffixes and bases and roots because he missed a bunch on those ones, but I don't know. That's not what the book said, so that was the only thing that I was like, huh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like that could be one too. Like you could start like that too. But I think I put the other response because I was like looking at like the chapter 2 and like that's what like it was kind of saying. So I was like, I don't know if it's right, but
Write it down. We'll see.
yeah.
Yeah, but with like the developmental stage, I thought that was pretty straightforward.
So are we all good with the developmental stage and place to start instruction?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Almost so.
Then discuss the prompts in the space below. Type short summaries of what was shared. Okay, work through the questions you have about administering and analyzing the spelling inventory and or determining developmental stages. So what is new knowledge to add to your prior learning about spelling inventory?
I just feel like a lot more goes into it than I thought it did. So like, I didn't think about like when they spell it out, like chunking them out into like vowels and blends and like long vowels. So I feel like that was like new to me.
Same. I thought that was really cool. Like I really liked looking through the form for it and just like how they had everything categorized.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
I've never seen this before though either.
Yeah, neither have I.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's a really cool way to like narrow down where they're having problems.
Yeah.
I really like this assessment, I think.
Yeah, I think that like the new knowledge for me was definitely like the consonants because like I didn't think about like how like it progresses like your spelling because like in first grade I don't know who it was but they just did the consonants and like they didn't really get like everything between and I just remember like I wasn't very good in second grade at spelling but I remember like one of our spelling tests and I literally the word was you and I literally wrote you. So
like, I think that your kids take it so literal.
So yeah, that just brought me back to spelling.
Little throwback.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, I definitely did that.
Yeah, and I like to see like the growth of like each grade, like how like you kept getting more and more like on the sheet. Interesting.
Yeah, like how in the beginning they just know like consonants and then like they get the short vowels and then the digraphs and like just progresses.
Yeah.
I just thought it was interesting. Like, I feel like I wasn't taught a lot of those things like explicitly, like especially as it got further on, like in the chart. Like obviously like vowels, long vowels, that kind of stuff. But like the stuff farther off in the chart, like I feel like that was never really like explicitly taught to me, at least. And I just think it's interesting because some students are gonna really like need that explicit instruction, and it's really no wonder if they're struggling with spelling. Like, you hadn't had that explicit instruction. Like, it's like, yeah, spelling is hard.
Yeah, no, that's